never trifle with the affections of a woman. Until next time.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today we're looking at the most alluring or attractive female characters to appear in animated cartoons. We'll be saving anime characters or those primarily known for feature films for another day.
I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way.
Number 20. Alisa Maza, Gargoyles. Tall, dark, and gorgeous, Alisa Maza was a capable moral compass for the titular Gargoyles. Maza was an officer with the New York Police Department and easily held her own throughout all of the dangerous situations in which she found herself. This capability was a perfect complement to Maza's physical attractiveness, an adventurous and fearless spirit that goes along perfectly with her exotic beauty and charismatic personality.
You have a point.
Alisa Maza was an animated female character upon which we could easily crush, while at the same time respecting her skill sets at every step of the way.
I know, but that's the way it is.
Number 19. Veronica Lodge, The Archie Show. It's a question that's been asked for decades now. Betty or Veronica? Well, truth be told, we think both are great. However, there will always be something special about that spoiled little rich girl, Veronica Lodge.
Oh, Archie, I can hardly wait to see what you have for our special entertainment.
Her raven tresses certainly drive us wild, as does her seemingly never-ending array of fashionable skirts and dresses that highlight her figure. Veronica is largely known from the Archie comic series, but she was also brought to life in a wonderful animated fashion back in the late 60s with The Archie Show. The best part about Veronica here was the inevitable song and dance routine she would perform alongside her friends during every episode.
Oh, yes, that's it. Uh-huh.
Number 18. Felicia, Darkstalkers. This video game franchise possessed a blink and you missed it animated adaptation back in 1995, giving fans the opportunity to see the Catwoman Felicia animated in a whole new way. The franchise's occasionally violent and sexualized tone was muted for this series, but this took nothing away from Felicia as a fan favorite.
I've had better fights with a dirty shirt.
Her feline appearance was adapted wonderfully for the show, retaining her innate cuteness in a way that felt like a natural sidestep from the Darkstalkers video game universe. This show may not be that well remembered, but Felicia remains a standout member of the Darkstalkers roster.
You're all so lovely.
Number 17. Anastasia Cisarova, aka Baroness. G.I. Joe, a real American hero.
Thanks, but I have other plans.
We just love a woman in uniform, even one as bad as the Baroness. The villain-born Anastasia Cisarova may work for the terrorist organization known as Cobra, but we don't think any jury of her peers could convict this beauty of anything except for good fashion sense. How else could one explain away the skin-tight black leather, alluring glasses, and perfectly coiffed hair? We truly wish that the Baroness would put her expert intelligence and technical acumen to a more noble cause, because we just love to watch her work that old black magic.
No, my former commander. Not treason. It is destiny.
Number 16. Foxy Love, Drawn Together.
Girl, Foxy Love is gonna teach you how to open up your mind. And your mouth.
The cast of Drawn Together were collectively inspired by a variety of classic animated franchises. Foxy Love was a parody of the Scooby-Doo / Josie and the Pussycats tropes from the 1960s and 70s, albeit in an exaggeratedly oversexed manner. Foxy is fun-loving and free, exploring every sexual avenue available to her without regret or shame. Meanwhile, the status of her foxtail and ears varies from episode to episode, with some fans maintaining Love is actually part fox. And if that's true, aw heck, who are we kidding? We love Foxy any way we can get her.
I ain't scared of nothing except dying alone. So unless you want to marry me, which I would like very much, I will take you anytime.
Number 15. Princess Adora, a.k.a. She-Ra. She-Ra, Princess of Power.
For the honor of Grayskull.
The decision to make Adora the twin sister of Adam, Prince of Eternia, was one that we admire. After all, it would have been easy to make She-Ra simply He-Man's girlfriend, without defining characteristics of her own. Instead, this Princess of Power is able to stand on her own 2 feet and lead her own series, doing so with aplomb energy and beauty to spare. Adora's long blonde hair and fit physical form look great in her flowing white dress and cape, but the outfit never quite feels like an afterthought to She-Ra's fierceness in battle. If anything, we can simply admire Adora's legs while she's using them to kick all kinds of ass. Is that really such a bad thing?
Oh, something strange is happening.
Number 14. Emma Frost, the X-Men franchise.
You wanted a new queen. Now you have her.
Ice Queen Emma Frost, be thy name. This Marvel character has just got to be one of the company's most attractive femme fatales, full stop. Emma Frost is often seen clad in shimmering white with outfits that leave little to the imagination. Frost seems to like it that way too, since this powerful telepath is fond of utilizing every advantage that's at her disposal. She's sometimes known as the White Queen too, which is a fitting moniker, since everything about Emma Frost feels regal, cold, and distant, yet impossible to resist. We'll always bow our heads and pay some collective respect to this queen.
All right, just get here with a jet fast.
My pleasure.
Number 13. Betty Rubble, the Flintstones.
Speak to me, honey. Say something.
8-ball in the corner pocket, Fred.
Consider this next entry a sort of animated Sophie's Choice, another water cooler argument for the ages. Wilma Flintstone or Betty Rubble. Both are beautiful, funny, and deal with some truly boneheaded men in their lives. In fact, many fans of the Flintstones have wondered exactly what Fred Flintstone and Barney Rubble did to land themselves such a pair of certified babes. All kidding aside, we know that both the Rubbles and the Flintstones possess loving family structures, but there's just something special about Betty Rubble's tittering little laugh that gives her the edge over her best friend Wilma.
Ooh, men.
So I'm a man. What can I do about it? Resign?
Number 12. Power Girl, the Justice League Unlimited.
Friends call me Taya. Are you a friend, General?
Wally Wood was a generational talent and one of the finest comic book artists to ever live. However, we think that Wood's frequent forays into horror and adult-themed comics influenced his original drawings for Power Girl back in the 1970s.
A little more mature than you, but I see your point.
Wood himself admitted in an interview with Comics Bulletin that he kept drawing Power Girl's bust bigger and bigger in order to prove that nobody was checking his work. The design ultimately stayed, with Kara Zor-El, she's Superman's cousin, you know, retaining a body built for sin. The form-fitting leotard certainly helps things along, but Kara, or Power Girl, or Galatea, would still be a knockout in a trash bag and flip-flops. Just saying.
Never been fitter.
Number 11. Taranga Leela, Futurama.
A female leader?
Fry, shut up.
Yes, Captain.
Have you ever heard of the adage that maintains that people who are in a romantic relationship somehow possess a glow-up which makes them more appealing? Now, we're not sure if that's true, but we do know that we love seeing Taranga Leela and Philip J. Fry as a couple. Sure, this beautiful mutant just happens to be a Cyclops, but we think Leela's eye is beautiful, as is her sense of adventure, determination, and loyalty to her crew. She's tough and capable, but able to be emotionally available to those close to her. This is particularly true when it comes to her relationship with Fry, and it's here where we find Leela to be the best version of herself.
Happy birthday, Leela. I got you a card, but I guess I kind of lost it.
That's okay. I don't really like cards. What I'll remember is our time together.
Number 10. Erotica Jones, Stripperella. Hey, here's a question. Do you really need to utilize the superhero moniker of Stripperella when your given name is already Erotica Jones? We're not sure, but what we do know is this adult animated series from Stan Lee pushed some serious boundaries back in the day. Pamela Anderson voiced the titular hero, pun intended, and did so with her usual self-effacing sense of humor. Anderson knows her brand, and Stripperella fits in nicely with many other of the actress's projects. a fun mixture of overt sexuality and innocent fun.
I've just started a new charity called Animals Need Universal Support, or ANUS.
Stripperella even featured some not-so-innocent nudity, although this adult content was censored during its original television airings on Spike TV. Number 9. Chitara ThunderCats. We admit that there's probably a lot to unpack when it comes to our collective childhood attraction to Chitara from ThunderCats. After all, native Thunderians possess both humanoid and feline physical traits. But if loving Chitara is wrong, then damn it, we don't want to be right.
Well, if Lion-O's not going to do anything, I certainly am.
It's unlikely that anyone, animal, vegetable, or mineral, could resist this warrior's athletic build and figure-hugging wardrobe. Beyond this, however, Chitara's loyalty, honor, and sense of humor make her even more appealing. Once we got to know her in the show, she may be a badass with a staff, but Chitara frankly captured our hearts right from the word go. Make that thunder! Number 8. Heloise Nurse, Animaniacs.
Hello, Nurse.
The name Heloise Nurse may not immediately ring a bell for the casual cartoon fan, but fans of Animaniacs likely know exactly of whom we speak. Yakko and Wacko Warner were huge fans of Hello Nurse, a bombshell medical professional with brains and a body. The lovesick siblings continually go gaga for Hello Nurse whenever she sachets on screen, delivering their tagline that harkens back to the vaudeville comedy days. Hello Nurse, or make that Hello Nurse, isn't just a pretty face, but a welcome recurring gag from a show that was chock full of great recurring gags. Number 7. Janine Melnitz, The Real Ghostbusters.
We got one!
There's no denying that Annie Potts brought both lovely looks and deadpan humor to the character of Janine Melnitz in the Ghostbusters movies. But kids of a certain age likely weren't sure how to feel when the character was animated. That's because Janine in The Real Ghostbusters is, how can we put this? She's sexy as hell. Maybe it's the cool glasses. Maybe it's her adorable Brooklyn accent.
Okay, jokesters, laugh this one off. Paranormal disturbance at the airport. Better move it.
Oh, who are we kidding? It's definitely the miniskirt Janine wore to work every day. The producers of The Real Ghostbusters may have wanted Janine softened and toned down for later seasons, but we'll never forget how we felt about the OG. Number 6. Storm, the X-Men franchise.
Storm, mistress of the elements, commands you to release that child.
They say that a classic never goes out of style, and that phrase definitely applies when it comes to Aurora Monroe, otherwise known as Storm. This venerable member of the X-Men team possesses a beauty that never seems to fade, an eternal appeal to generation after generation of fans. It doesn't matter if this regal mistress of the elements is rocking a cool mohawk or a massive head of white hair. Storm is seriously beautiful and badass. Her power as a mutant superhero is matched only by her empathy as a friend, and she remains a shining light as one of Professor Charles Xavier's brightest pupils.
I am Storm, mistress of the elements. Surrender the boy, or face my fury!
Number 5. April O'Neil, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles franchise.
You're turtles.
Yep, so we are.
I can't handle this.
There's been a bevy of different looks for April O'Neil over the years since she first debuted in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles franchise. She remained a vital and anchoring presence throughout them all, however, serving as an emotional compass, friend, and confidant to her extended turtle family. This devotion makes April impossible to resist, a beautiful character with depth and pathos to her behavior and motivations. It doesn't matter if she's ink and paint on a page or designed with fiery red hair and a yellow jumpsuit. April O'Neil is the best.
Really? Name one person who can stop me.
I'll name 4.
Number 4. Catwoman, Various. The varied universe of DC Comics animated properties possesses a laundry list of potential entries for this list. Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy were both shortlisted for inclusion, but we just gotta go with Catwoman. Her moral ambiguity makes her intriguing for starters, but there's also plenty of, well, let's say obvious reasons why Catwoman is so hot.
Crawl back in your litter box, creep.
Her insane physical abilities as a burglar and supervillain give her physical appearance and appealing athleticism. Additionally, her penchant for all things skin-tight and leathery make Catwoman sort of a no-brainer when it comes to devastatingly gorgeous cartoon characters.
Outstanding.
Number 3. Lois Griffin, Family Guy.
Perfection.
There have been some seriously hot cartoon moms over the years, but at least for many fans of Family Guy, Lois Griffin takes the cake. This is another example of Lois's husband Peter punching way above his weight class when it comes to nabbing someone so outside of his league. That said, the pair can be fun together when they're written as such. And Lois is refreshingly in charge of her sexuality. This is a woman who's clearly enjoyed herself in the past, and who continues to enjoy sex within her marriage. Lois Griffin has been the object of lust for many characters within the fictional Family Guy universe. And for the record, we totally get it.
I love you.
I love you too, Lois.
Number 2. Wonder Woman, Various.
You're now under the control of my golden lasso. It will force you to tell us the truth.
The reigning queen of the DC Comics universe, Wonder Woman has appeared in multiple forms of media throughout the years, from live action to animation. She was an original Super Friend, guest starred on shows such as Superman, and continues to be a constant within the DCAU. Her look has retained much of its original design as well, from the red, white, and blue attire to her boots, bracelets, and lasso. Wonder Woman is one of those stately icons of beauty who feels almost unapproachable in her perfection. Her unwavering commitment to justice is to be admired, just as her undeniable physical assets can distract even the most focused evildoer from their devious tasks. Said simply, Wonder Woman is a true original. Long may she reign.
Aren't you cold in that outfit?
Not really.
Of course not. The princess doesn't get cold. The princess doesn't even sweat in the fire pits of Tartarus.
I do too sweat.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Daphne Blake, the Scooby-Doo franchise.
Thanks, guys.
The swingin' 60s during which Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Originated certainly seemed to influence the visual flair of Daphne Blake. This member of Mystery Incorporated was designed to echo the sort of flirty and fun teenager archetype echoed by such actresses as Tuesday Weld, and leaned into the decade's more permissive atmosphere. As a result, Daphne dresses in a stylish and pretty manner, with brightly colored clothes that enhance her figure. The influence of Blake's mini-skirted look continues to be seen today as well, since Daphne, alongside Velma, is a popular cosplay subject at Comic-Cons all around the world.
Well, if that's blood, that's a clue.
Are there any female cartoon characters that get you hot under the proverbial collar? Shout out your favorite, respectfully, in the comments.
What makes us like we are, anyway?
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.